Take a look at what the United States has said. Pranesh Kumar Roy joining us on the broadcast with the details that have been revealed by US on the official who is only being referred to as CC1, Pranesh.
That's right. Let's go to the order straight away. And this is para 1. I'll read para 1 and 2. Earlier this year, an identified Indian government employee, CC1, working together with others in India and elsewhere, including Nikhil Gupta, aka Nick, the defendant Gupta, directed a plot to assassinate on US soil an attorney and political activist who is a US citizen of Indian origin residing in New York City. The victim is a vocal critic of the Indian government and leads a US-based organization that advocates for the secession of Punjab, a state in northern India that is home to a large population of Sikhs and an ethno-religious minority group in India. The victim has publicly called for some or all of Punjab to secede from India and establish a Sikh sovereign state called Khalistani, and the Indian government has banned the victim and his separatist organization from India. US law enforcement detected and disrupted the plot to murder the victim. Para number 2, CC1 has variously described being employed by the Indian government as a senior field officer with responsibilities in security management and intelligence. CC1 also has referenced previously serving in India's Central Reserve Police Force and receiving officer training in battlecraft and weapons. CC1 was employed at all times relevant to this indictment by the Indian government, resides in India and directed the assassination plot from India. The first two paragraphs of this report. Now, I just want to, before I hand it over to you, Pratibha, that, you know, while many people, commentators across the world are calling out US's hypocrisy because, you know, like we know we can't have a good terror, bad terror policy. The US in this case is batting for an individual who's not just proscribed, he openly advocates violence. I mean, someone who says that blow up an aircraft, the US seems to be batting for that man.
Absolutely, and it mentions that he is banned in the country. It mentions who Pannu is. Stay on with us. We also have Bhavtosh joining us on the broadcast. Bhavtosh, looking at the details that have been revealed by the United States at this point, it mentions that US disrupted the plot, also talking about CC1, who they claim is serving in India as an Indian official and had directed the assassination plot allegedly from India.
Yes, in fact, this is an indictment order or an indictment report that has been submitted by the federal probe by the federal authorities in US. But as Pranesh was saying, that's a hypocrisy on the part of US administration. Gurpatwant Singh Pannun is a listed terrorist, and time and again India has asked for his extradition, not only from US authorities, but also from a Canadian establishment. Importantly, there was an FIR that was filed against him. It's a known fact that he has been instigating Sikh diaspora to, in fact, target Indian establishments as well as diplomats. And this entire indictment order specifically mentions certain things that there was a planning to target Gurpatwant Singh Pannun. But if we just go by this indictment order, it also shows that there was an illegal tapping and snooping of phones of an Indian official, both in Indian soil, and this was done over a period of 6 to 7 months. And if if US authorities believe that such a planning was going on, they should have in fact informed Indian establishment long time back. But this happened just few weeks back when in fact they had said that there was a plot to target Gurpatwant Singh Pannun. Gurpatwant Singh Pannun is someone who has been he has been listed as a terrorist, and also his organization has been banned in India. Time and again, he has been making provocative speeches. His role in attack on Indian diplomats has been established. Remember, his supporters had targeted Indian mission not only in San Francisco, but also across the country. So he is a person who has been wanted by Indian security agencies for a very long time.
Absolutely. Wanted by the security agencies. And Pranesh, going back to the details being revealed by the United States as well, India has also, of course, while ordering a probe into the same, has said that it will look into the allegations that have been raised by the US.
Yeah, let's go over this order in detail now. We've seen the first two paragraphs. Let's look at the next. In or about May 2023, CC1 recruited Gupta to orchestrate the assassination of the victim in US. Gupta, an Indian national who also resides in India, is an associate of CC1 and has described his involvement in international narcotics and weapons trafficking in his communications with CC1 and others. At CC1's direction, Gupta contacted an individual whom Gupta believed to be a criminal associate, but who was in fact a confidential source working with US law enforcement. For assistance in contracting a hitman to murder the victim in New York City. The CS, US law enforcement agent, as this order describes this person as, the CS introduced Gupta to a purported hitman who was in fact an undercover US law enforcement officer, herein referred as UC. CC1 subsequently agreed in dealings brokered by Gupta to pay $1 lakh US to murder the victim. On or about June 9, 2023, CC1 and Gupta arranged for an associate to deliver $15,000 in cash to UC in Manhattan, New York as an advance payment for the murder. Then this order says that in or about June 2023, in furtherance of the assassination plot, CC1 provided Gupta with personal information about the victim, including the victim's home address in New York City, phone numbers associated with the victim, and details about the victim's day-to-day conduct, which Gupta then passed to UC. CC1 directed Gupta to provide regular updates on the progress of assassination plot, which Gupta accomplished by forwarding to CC1, among other things, surveillance photographs of victim that the UC had sent to Gupta. Gupta directed the UC to carry out the murder as soon as possible, but Gupta also specifically instructed the UC not to commit the murder around the time of anticipated engagement scheduled to occur in the ensuing weeks between high-level US and Indian government officials. The next point. On or about June 18, 2023, mass gunmen murdered Hardeep Singh Nijjar outside a Sikh temple in British Columbia, Canada. Nijjar was an associate of the victim and, like the victim, was a leader of the Sikh separatist movement and an outspoken critic of the Indian government. Later that evening, just hours after Nijjar murder, CC1 sent Gupta a video clip that showed Nijjar's bloody body slumped in his vehicle. About an hour later, CC1 sent Gupta the street address of the victim's residence in New York. On or about June 19th, the day after Nijjar murder, Gupta told the UC that Nijjar was also the target and we have so many targets. Gupta added, in the light of Nijjar's murder, there was now no need to wait on killing of the victim. On or about June 28, 2023, CC1 sent Gupta a news article about the victim and messaged Gupta, it's a priority now. And the last point here, point number 7, says on or about June 30th, Gupta was arrested in Czech Republic at the request of US in connection with his participation in the plot to murder the victim.
So it makes a mention of Hardeep Singh Nijjar as well. Pranesh, just a moment, we'll come back to you.